Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wish you wisdom. In this video I want to speak to you about soul retrieval. What is it, and maybe it is time to consider doing it if you have some stuff that needs healing. So what is soul retrieval? Soul retrieval is a shamanic practice in which you enter into a deep meditation and then you collect fragments of your soul and you reintegrate them within yourself in order to make yourself whole again, or at least a little bit more complete, let's put it that way. So that's what soul retrieval is. To do a soul retrieval is not that complicated, okay? But my advice will be to start to imagine a sacred place in your imagination. People call this the astral temple, okay? You can call it whatever, but in most books you will find it by the name of the astral temple or your sacred place or stuff of that nature. So in order to start this process, you just have to lay down somewhere in a relaxed position, close your eyes, and just imagine yourself in your own comfortable place, okay? Which will act as a sacred place in which you do different types of spiritual workings. In my case, my so-called astral temple, it's actually a garden. And if you did some of my old guided meditations, you will see that my layout is always a garden of some sort. Okay, so I close my eyes, I just imagine myself being in this garden. I imagine myself walking on a pathway, and then this pathway leads me to a bridge. By passing over this bridge, I somehow believe that you make some sort of deeper connection with your subconscious mind. After I pass over this bridge in my imagination, I just imagine that there is another pathway in this beautiful, luscious garden. And along this pathway, there are these beautiful, huge old trees. And at the end of this path, there is a circle of grass and flowers, and in the middle of this circle I visualize, depending on my type of working, either a stone altar or a silver mirror. Okay, for soul retrieval I actually don't use neither the altar nor the magic mirror. I just imagine myself sitting on that circle of grass, and to do soul retrieval you actually have to bring or recall in that space in time, in that space of your imagination, a negative emotion. Okay, because this process is mostly destined for healing things that were not healed on a deeper level. So I just recall, maybe I'm feeling bad about work, maybe, I don't know, let's give you another example. Maybe you feel bad about your current relationship and you don't know why do you feel this way. So lying there on that circle of grass, I just recall that unpleasant feeling, and I ask myself, when, in what point in time did I felt that feeling? And whenever I ask myself this question, when, in what point in time I felt that way, the subconscious, you will see that will start to show you different types of scenes. And whenever I see these scenes, is as if I am sitting in that circle made of grass and flowers, and I'm looking at this movie which plays in front of me. And it may be a scene from my childhood, it may be a scene actually from a past life, and they show me when I felt in the past that feeling. So whenever I observe this, I just let that scene play. I try to be aware of the way that I reacted, the way that I felt, and after the scene or that movie is finished, I actually try to speak with that version of me from that particular scene, and I ask that version of me, what do you need? Are you okay? How we are going to heal this? Or I just try to nurture it, to offer comfort or a kind word. So I have this conversation with that version of me, trying to accept that situation, trying to accept the way that I reacted back then and to learn from it. And after this process is over, and I mean, it's a tough process, let me tell you, because you will do a lot of inner work. But after this thing is over, I always look for the soul fragment. And the soul fragment is a piece of yourself that your subconscious mind will show it to you in that particular scene in the form of a symbol, object, message. But for me, whenever I do this type of work, it's an object. And on a soul retrieval that I did, I actually received a painting brush. And when I picked that object up, it just entered into my heart region. And whenever you collect these soul fragments, when you collect them, you will receive a lesson, some sort of inner understanding about the situation that actually leads to understand that feeling and to heal it, to accept that particular situation that you were into. After you are finished with this particular situation, you can bring up even other feelings if you are feeling like doing that type of work on a deeper level. But usually, if I decide to do soul retrieval, I just stick to just one situation, because I mean, it's hard to accept certain things, it's hard to deal with certain emotions again. And actually, I don't recommend this type of meditation if you feel that you are not ready to face some deep, maybe dark or nasty truths about yourself or about the situations that you were into. So, to recap, in order to do a soul retrieval, you have to imagine a sacred place, your astral temple. It can be a garden, a beach, whatever landscape of your choosing. Then you imagine yourself in this landscape, how you enter into a magical circle. And from there, you do your working. In that magical circle, which is your safe, sacred space, you recall a negative emotion, okay, a situation from your past or a current situation, and you sit a little bit with that feeling, and then you ask yourself, when in your past did you felt or experience that same emotion or situation? Then after you ask yourself that question, you will see that your subconscious mind will take over and will show you different scenes that occurred in your life where you felt that particular emotion. My advice will be, when this happens, again, let that scene play and then try to nurture that version of yourself. And then after this nurture moment, self-healing moment, and try to look in that particular scene for your soul fragment. You can even ask yourself, where is my soul fragment? Or just look around in that particular scene for a particular object that catches your attention. Then grab that particular object and integrate it in your heart and observe the lessons that come with it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you practice this type of meditation, and maybe if you are adventurous enough to share with us your experience with it. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a fantastic day.